Everyone, I slept in, must have woken about 37 minutes after my time to wake up. And as a result, it took me 30 more minutes, no, 40 more minutes to pack my gear as I'm getting up, fold everything, store everything away, and get on site. It's looking that open. It's starting kind of red on the minute, but the real differentiator of this, so that we see our 480 today, is the 30 minute. The 30 minutes bullish. Let's see supply and demand to see if it's the same thing like yesterday or if there's no headwinds above. Let's zoom in here. I know you guys are seeing me here. Yeah, you guys are here. You guys are already on lock, baby. I'm not going to let you guys go. The first thing I thought when I woke up, I said, yo, my streamers, yo, the people watching me, waiting for these trades. So where are we? We are right here. So it's really bullish, and there's big supply. If you could tell, and if you know something about, wait, is that supply? No, those are not wicks. All right, so it might be bullish. We might be heading to 497 today, and my 480 continues to be contested, detested. It continues to be a place of they really want to stop it from happening, if they really do. There's wicks to the upside on this candle from 490 to 494. So between 490 and 494, based on this candle, all of this is supply. There's no other real wicks. All right, here we go. Now we got another solid wick, just like the other one. 491, and the wick is at 499. So all of that is supply again. If you could tell, that supply is, it's an angular descent based on supply and demand. So we got to see. MACD is green here. So we are going to see some bullish activity up here. But it's not like yesterday. So I might not see the dreaded 480 unless it happened already and I'm on trade. Am I in trade? Am I in trade? Did we hit 480 overnight? Nothing hit 480 overnight. Nope. We are still not in this white band. The goal for to take a year-long trade is this whited area right here. We got to go underneath this white. All of those white are checks, travelers checks, $100 bills painted in white. They should be green or blue, but that's the area. But it's looking bullish at open, real bullish at open. I got till 9:35, so I'm only going to be here for a few minutes. I'm not going to be here for too long. We're watching to see if the market is just going to use the current level as a pivot, or are we going to go push beneath? The goal is pushing beneath. That's what we want to see. What we want to see is 480 and below, 465, because that is generational wealth when it comes to the big picture. We're talking about 465 from an all-time high of 620. That's generational wealth. So, and I know people in the middle that be smoking a Chiba that are a little fried, be dumping, or not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, dumped $3 trillion in the market to lose it the next day. You see what I mean? They took, a lot of people pressed that buy button, institutionals too, JP Morgan, rookie traders, seasoned investors or rookie seasoned investors pressed that button on Monday, and 3 trillion just disappeared out of thin air for being a little bit too high on you know, for not knowing where you should buy. Because I know where you should buy. You should buy an outlier. Well, you put yourself in a position that you're buying outlier numbers from the main distribution, and you should be all right. And where they bought was not an outlier. I know they bought at 482, likely because rumors spread real quickly about my stream and in Wall Street Bets, my real intentions. So maybe where I wanted to buy within Wall Street Bets ended up being a rumor, and they bought 482 and thought that was the end of it. And it's not the end of it. It's not looking like the end of it. Today it might recover again, just like yesterday. But again, this is the hook, the line, the sinker, the bait, the fishing rod, the net, the everything. If people continue dumping money in the stock market, these guys are going to dump on you. So if you were smart and you fell on Monday, sell the whole week. That's it. Sell the whole week. Stop trying to get into generational wealth, because you didn't cut, you're not cut with the same scissor I am. You know, we're not from the same linen. We're not even in the same family, the same race to do what we're doing here. It's real specific people that understand when you need to buy to make generational wealth, and when you're just using doubt and ambiguity, or ambiguity. That's the correct word, instead of real decision, a real decisive decision of when to trade. And when to trade is an outlier of a normal distribution. I wish I could show you the how it looks like. How does a normal distribution look? So a normal distribution, if you look like this, I wish I could have a whiteboard right here. A normal distribution looks like a bell curve, right? So when you do recession studies, or you do any statistics, the bell curve is part of a recession. Normal or normally distributed data is part of the equation. So what you're looking at is the mean of all values. So let's say in how long period, 3-year period, 3-year week. So 52 times 3, right? You got 52 times 3 weeks, or 10 years times weeks. So you 10 year, 10 times 52, that'd be your data. The high and the low of those weeks. You take that data, you put it in a distribution. What's the mean? What's the average? You just fucking divide by 100. That's the center line. Anything on both extremes is every other week that was high and low from that center. Outlier is 2 standard deviations from the middle. Say so 99% of the values are 2 deviations from the middle. It's a bell like that, and it's the median in the middle. Anything past that is 1%. So I trade 1%. 480 in this case is 1% of the entire distribution at 10 years. So you got to know precisely. And I'm taking a risk. And at 480, the market can get even to smaller than 1% difference. But you know where it's going. You got to go back to mean. Like basically when you look at the distribution, you're trading the 1%, right? You're trading values that are way oversold or way overbought using statistics, not general overbought, oversold, financial principles. And it has to go that way. And that's how I've been making most of my money. That's why I became a fucking billionaire in here. That's how it is. So you wait till 480 and below, maybe 475, and you buy, and that's it. But they don't want to do that. Even institutional investors have how to call it, Bloomberg. They don't have this type of tools. They don't have access to tools like this. They have MACD, they have trend lines, they have some other bullshit, but they can't get real in debt into how I've gotten in debt. Because most of what you see on the screen, I created, I modified, I clipped, cut code. All these studies are mine, including the labels. Everything was created by me over a 6-year period. Everything was created by me and the help of AI. Some things from other people, cut it. I like that idea. Let me take that. I like the snip, cut code of other people, utilize it, expand it, make it better, so on and so forth. So, seasoned investors want to make generational wealth. You got to think about a number that it's not going to happen. And a number it's not going to happen is anything outside of normal distribution. Anything on the C-score past that way, a 0.10 of a percent, 0.9 of a percent, numbers that are way outside, because they're coming right back here. That's how you make the money. I give you the explanation. Let's repeat it once again. Normal distribution, 52 times 10 weeks, or 10 years, 10 years of weeks. The median of these weeks in a high or low is in the center. Anything past 2 standard distributions is basically the body of the data. The edge of the regression is the titties, corners, and you trade here. These are the numbers that you need to trade out here. Out here. See both, you see the distribution? That's where you make your fucking money. If you wanna go short, so you know that the market's way out there and you got a short now and you do a short for forever, close to the all-time high, because you know it's gonna go down. You already know it has to go down to back to average. It has to go down back to mean. Same thing on the bottom end. You're here and you know it has to go up that way. Will it shift? Can the bell curve shift a direction? Of course, that's how data works. Now, in the next 10 and I don't know, the next 16 weeks, the average moved lower, but you still made your profit. Even if you closed at the average number from trading an outlier, you made fucking bancaronis, you made tendies, you made infinite visits to Taco Bell. You made what I'd like to make, you know? So I gave you guys the explanation of that. We got 15 more minutes. We have to get out of here. Before I have to get out of here, and we're watching what's going to happen. What's going to happen in SPY today. We need this number. Remember, where the deck of cards is, it's where I'm going to trade. If it goes lower than that, fuck it. I got enough money to cover for the margin call. But you trade the outlier. You trade the number that you know it's never going to fucking hit again in your fucking lifetime. That's why this number right here, I call it my best trade. I say my best trade because I'm taking a trade that's going to last 1 full year, January 15th of 2027, not 2026. So I'm taking a full year to see if from out of the distribution, we cross the average and we go above. And I could close at any moment outside that number. You understand that? I hope you understood my principle. Hope you guys have a good trading day today. I hope you guys understood my principles because that's how I do it. That's how I do it. There's no if, ands, or buts. Statistics is the answer, the solution to everything. Stat is the key, especially in this motherfucker, because you're working with numbers. You're looking for a really number that's not going to hit, or numbers that are not within the distribution. 480 and out are outside and the distribution. And over time, you're going to realize that I might still have a chance to buy. You see it right here where we are? This is the distribution that I'm talking about. This is the weekly distribution on a 10-year chart. We need to go outside here. As we go farther in time, if this bullshit continues at this level, my number is going to continue, is going to start getting higher. You see that? It's going to start getting higher. It's going to go from 480 today. And in June, if it hits, it's going to get to maybe the 486. You know, it's going to start moving up and it's going to start moving up. And once it's an outlier during this year, it's down that way. It's because what we're looking for is to close a trade either on the average, on the extreme above, or outside, overbought, way out there, years out. Money, Michael Burry style, without fucking thinking about real estate. This is how it's done. What is this? Fibonacci spirals. Delete this shit. What the fuck is that doing there? Hold on. I need to highlight it, not open it. Delete that shit. Delete that shit. Remove that motherfucker. All right, right there. So if you see what's happening since Monday, this is where we are. We need to drop under here to this red line, get outside, and that's it. Done. If it dips lower than that, right? If it dips under here, right, it goes out and it goes boom to the 23rd extension, 550. I don't care. I already set myself. I set myself for success by buying an outlier. I don't need the best price out here. You know, I don't need exactly 454. I need an outlier. And what's an outlier? Anything under this red line. After that, you know that all the values for the last 10 years are this way. That's it. And you make your money. It's not going to go anywhere else. You know, the market, the economy's not going to all of a sudden die on you, and we're going to go back to 300. That's impossible. You know, on this economy, this is not going to happen. What you do, you buy here, under here, the green, the arrows. You see where I have my you see where I have my fork? See the fork? Put the fork right there. That's it. It's too easy. It's too easy. That's why I made all this fucking money. Doing this. This works. This works 100 fucking %. This is not a joke. This is not laughing matter. This is not a daily mid trade. I'm not here to sell you some shit. Just to explain to you how I made my fucking cash. Or how I trade daily, because I wish I had this type of money. All right, let's check email. Focus group. We got nothing here. President Trumpismo. We got the refund, Senator, Twitch Element, Streamlabs, and that's it. Okay, good. The email is fairly clean. We got to make money today. We made one withdrawal yesterday. Today we got to make another one. We're not going to stop making withdrawals this time around. They took a little bit, but they taking their time. So as long as you 4 more minutes, as long as you keep working where I'm doing, it's gonna be fine. Fake applicants flood job market. Look at that. Fake applicants flood job market. So not only can they use fake news to influence the stock market, look at that. This is LinkedIn news. Not only, like on Monday, people could influence the stock market by saying that tariffs are going to get a 90-day pause, which was false, and injected $3 trillion into the economy, catching a bunch of people like that with a hook, bass mouth stuff, like into buying and losing their money. But they could also fake unemployment numbers or new jobs by flooding the job market. You see that? Fake applicants flood job market. What could that do to a company? What could that do on financial, right? On financial juice. It could skew unemployment numbers. It could skew job applications or job openings. It could skew everything. So they're trying to cook the numbers. You're seeing a trend that not only could they lie about the president, but now they're starting to cook numbers because they don't want this to go down. They're in their mind, it's a bullish thing. It's bullish activities or liberalist bullish activities. Lie here, push, pen paper here, do technological attacks to make it seem that the economy is healthy to get their way with it. To get their way with it. Okay, let's see today's news as we leave, as we get out of here. Crude oil, home manufacturing sales, gasoline inventories, oil inventories. The Fed speaks today, 10-year bills, FOMC meeting minutes. So we got a meeting today at 2 o'clock, but it's nothing related to the meeting. Nothing's going to happen on the meeting. It might sink the market. Whatever they say in there, it might do something to it at 2 o'clock, just like yesterday. And that's about it. More executive orders at 2:30, and that's it for today. Seems like a quiet day for the market. It feels quiet. It feels quiet. Quiet. That's it. Too simple, baby. Too simple. Let's wait till open. Open is in 43 seconds. It's looking bullish. But look at the short sell above 96 right there. They don't want you to go inside that 96. So end with this trend line right here in the middle. It's already telling you the angle of descent. Hopefully 584 today we hit. Hopefully we hit 584 today from here. This demand is sort of going away. You see that? Although it still has some juice in it. Supply is definitely strong as hell above. Let's see what happens. VIX is at crisis level 52. And we're in for the horses, baby. Got 5 more minutes. Got 5 more minutes to trade this type of environment in which the sell cloud is just thinned out. You see how it was nice and thick since yesterday. It's sort of thinning out. Let me check on the minute. Sort of thinning out. It might be a bull trap again, just like yesterday. I mean on Monday. Sell cloud getting thinner. Bull signal. Where's the bull signal? No, wait. Yeah, it's above bull. It's above. The bull signal might come at either 11:30 or at noon. And then we might see some good bullish activity. Yeah, it's looking bullish. So we're above. The bull signal might happen 11:30, and we might try to cover ground up at 496 level. And then after that, they're going to realize that there's definitely lots of short selling activity, and that's where this is going to end up. They're not going to be able to manhandle both of these trend lines here. This trend line's a little bit too difficult. You know, it's not soft landing right now. It's like this. So they're going to have a tough time trying to, smoothen or soft landing the current rate of descent. Let's see where we're going. It's a green candle. It's definitely a green candle. That's that 30-minute candle, the green one. But 496 it's gonna stop right there. Yeah. Hope you guys have a good trading day. I could trade a weekly short. Let's do a 2-day short today. Let's do 5 1-day to expiration put and get 10 of them and see how they turn out. 10 in the money. Hold on. April 1 DTE right here. Hold on. Right here. They're $10. They're $1,000. They're $1,100. These puts are expensive as fuck. $10 market order. We're in. That's it. We're in. 10 puts for tomorrow, and they're likely to hit. This is not going to be the pivot. It's real. We getting some real bullish activity here. They really want to make bigger wicks up in here. Nice. They're in here. Look at the wicks. You see that? That's absolutely still short selling. They got 1, 2 trend lines in their way. 2 puts for tomorrow. What do I see? I see a signal, buy signal at 11:30, either 10:30, 10:30, 10 to 10:30 block, or 11:30 to 11 o'clock block. It's definitely going to turn bullish here. So we might see a ramp up, and then after the ramp up, based on everything that we see here, we see VIX at 52. We are a looming recession. We need to go back down to where we were. These people are drinking the Kool-Aid, and they're drinking a lot of it. A lot of fucking Kool-Aid. To be this bullish, instead of short selling, they just want to hook more people up. You see the hook? You see it? I see the hook. You see that type of hook? That's a hook. When you zoom out, you see that? It's like, oh, it's bullish on American Open. Oh, yeah, let me buy. Oh. Getting them by the motherfucking teeth, mouth, and throat. They're going to swallow this second hook. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there you guys go. I'll hang out here till 40. 40 should be fine. 40 should be fine. Got boogies here. Let me check my finances real quick. It's already the 9th. Yesterday, I went to sleep without eating. It's incredible. I went to sleep without eating. I know 5 people drinking the Kool-Aid instead of short selling, and let them, because they just want to make people wipe clean they shit, They're not too sharp. They should be selling. And then once we reach absolutes, Okay, once they reach the numbers that I like, outliers, then you're good. But until then, they're going to continue buying the market. It's cheap. Go, go, go. And tomorrow and some other day they hit again. They get hit again with the pain. Hey, and all of a sudden they get hit a pain. You hear the bells ringing. Oh, I lost so much money. I lost so much. Uh. 574099. Let's check if these transactions came through because there's all these transactions that are not really showing the amount of money I made in the month. Oh, there they are. All right, they're here. They are here, gentlemen. Woo! Let me do it on cell phone. Consider any payment from these companies motherfucking permanent, bruh. Stop it. Stop trying to make me do work here. You see that, right? Transactions, accounts from here. Anything here. See that? This is, yeah. Stop it, Raphael. This is income. Make a rule based on the name. Yep, Drumo. Create rule. Tag dark green. Go. Keep as income. Tag dark green. They should do better. If I'm paying money for them to fix this shit, keep as income. Dark green. Woo! 57 this month. Very nice, very nice. Now we check on cash flow and see if everything is copacetic here. We have 37. We're at the same number last year. Same number. 36, 37 net income. Net income. That's 38. These people are trying. They're trying, but we know where we're going. I know where we're going, and we're going down, down. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and good. Dun, dun, dun. We got everything you want. We got fun and games. There we go. Jungle. Look at the wick. The wick got even bigger. Supply got even bigger. Supply grew from 496 to 495.96, a full dollar decrease. You know where we're going, right? We're going down the chasm. We're going, and this demand should get weaker. These people should know that this is going to go down. They should be giving up because we're going on the minimum 488 today. And the bull signal might still show up between 11 to between 10, 10:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's a nonsense. It's going to hook. It's going to get people to buy soon. It's really going to get people to buy, and then it's going to just like a motherfucking penis without Viagra or Viagra, like that. It's gonna be like, oh, just floppy. It will go down, without a doubt. They're just making, they're ensuring their wick supremacy here. You know, they're just trying to make this wick stronger. The more they continue buying, the more, the bigger they make the sell candle, and the bigger they solidify in the next 20 minutes how short sold is the market. You know, I understand candles, and when you do that to candles, when bulls continue to buy these freaking candles in these type of times, all they doing is growing the wick, just generating, just letting you know how many short sellers are in there. Basically, the body of the candle is buyers and sellers, but the wick above is all sellers. So the bigger they make that upper wick, that's just telling you how many people are in there and how strong is the resistance. And for people who are seasoned, they see that and say, nah, the next candle is going to be bearish. It's pretty big. It's biggie. So if they continue pumping it, which they will, 941. I got to see you guys later. If they continue pumping it, we're going to get a bull signal within the next 2 hours. It might hook up, maybe get to 502, maybe even 506. But it's going to, they're going to try to soften the landing of this angle, try to create a soft landing based on the angle of the trend line, and then back down again. Peace. I'll see you guys at 10:16. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. And some good cocaine. Jungle. Welcome to the jungle.